In the arid lands of Utah, where the desert stretches out in silence, lies a trail that leads not just through nature, but through time itself. It's a place where every rock face speaks of an ancient culture that thrived amidst the harshness of the desert. This is a place where the past meets the present, where the beauty of the natural world intertwines with the echoes of those who once called this place home. With each step, we connect with a history that is much a part of this land as the rock and the sand, where the desert holds secrets waiting to be discovered, and where the stories of the ancients invite us to see the world through their eyes. This is Anasazi Ridge.
We are on a hike, which is here in Santa Clara, Utah, and it goes to some petroglyphs. It's called the Anasazi Petroglyph Trail, and supposedly they're really neat. What we can find online is that the mileage is around 3 round trip, and it's pretty much up the entire way and down all the way back because they're on top of this hill over here. And so, yeah, we're gonna go check it out.
This hike is considered one of the best petroglyph hikes in the St. George area, and once you see the petroglyphs, you understand why. This hike, besides petroglyphs, offers spectacular views of the surrounding areas. And what's different about this location for petroglyphs is it makes it highly unique because of where they're located and how they were drawn. Now, this trail that we're hiking isn't too difficult to get up there. As you can see, it is well developed and well maintained. The trail is very, very wide, and if you take the zigzag route, you don't have to deal with too much steepness as you go up. Not knowing that these two trails connected, we decided to take the long way with the zigzags, which were less steep. And honestly, if you're in a hurry, you're going to want to take the shortcut, which would be to the right, where it's a little less developed, more rocky. The path to the top of the hill eventually got a little old with all of its switchbacks.
So Dane thought it was funny to demonstrate how to get more calories burned. I just think it looked like he had to stick up his butt, but you know.
We could see that there have been many people before who had cut corners on this trail, which is not a good idea. This area is also home to the endangered tortoise, and it's important to stay on trail whenever possible. As tempting as it was to follow their examples, we reminded ourselves that this is part of the beauty of the trail and experiencing the way it was meant to be. Sometimes it's important to remind yourself that it's about the scenery and not the destination all the time. If you need a reminder, just turn around as you're walking up and you'll see the red cliffs behind you. This is truly an incredible place. As we crested the hill, we knew we were almost there. Now, this is what makes this site unique. You need to start looking at the ground. Once you get near the edge of the cliff here, they're going to be everywhere, so watch your step. Before you know it, the petroglyphs will be right beneath your feet. The images pecked into stone that you see here are called petroglyphs. They were made by the Native American people thousands of years ago. They used stone tools to create the design by removing the dark, manganese-rich surface coating called desert varnish to expose the lighter rock base. There are more than 50 rock art sites on public lands on Land Hill and below and along the river. Many of these were created by the ancestral Puebloan farmers who lived in permanent settlements here about 1,000 years ago. The others were made by the ancestors of the Southern Paiute. Many archaeologists have speculated on what these images mean, but it is truly unclear about what these really meant. We have some guesses that we'll include down below, but let us know what you think some of these mean.
Prints here.
Yeah, I do see those.
See, like handprints.
Hey Dad, there's a little tiny one.
Yeah, well, you missed the footprints up here. Missed the giant footprints. The one was like a Sasquatch.
So let's talk about these footprints because they're kind of unique. If you take a second to count, you'll notice 6 toes. And you'll find this across the American Southwest that there are a lot of petroglyphs with 6 toes, or 6 fingers. In some Native American cultures, people with extra toes, otherwise called polydactyl, were often treated with respect and associated with important ritual structures and high-status objects. For example, these polydactyl prints were often found at the entrances to kivas or ritual rooms, and on walls with significant ceremonial structures. Some cultures even considered someone with 6 toes or fingers to be a gifted healer. Some cultures state that it shows that the person can walk between the realm of the spirits and the physical world with ease. So, was being polydactyl back then more common than it is today? What do you think? So one thing we did notice when we were hiking around this area is that most people like to stay on top, but if you do the lower trail, you end up with a lot more different petroglyphs like these ones here that you cannot see from the top. Now panels like these tend to be more of your hunting scenes and are more traditional to what you normally would see for ranger petroglyph panel.
There's some over there on that boulder.
Okay, cool. Let's go take a look.
Yeah. Oh, no. That one looks like a... Dang, that one looks like
We're now on the top side of the petroglyph site, and they're pretty much, you have to look at every boulder because there's stuff all over the place. And so on a lot of top of these rocks where you would normally want to walk, there are petroglyphs. So if you do plan on coming here, you're going to want to be careful on where you step. But so far, it's really neat actually. I'm quite enjoying this hike a lot.
Get your ass shadow out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. Good find.
Yeah, it's more all the way through here. Just.
They said that pretty much you could spend hours up here if you wanted to.
I didn't see that. I see it's a coyote.
Right? That's really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up here feeling it.
Oh, there's like a circle. It's really hard to see.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That's close.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Those are like, they're just like Heroin Gap.
Yep.
Like,
There's even still water here. We can actually live here.
right?
Animals come and get a drink, get a farm.
Yeah, come.
Domesticate goats, sheep,
And look at
donkeys.
those. Look at those big ones right there. Those tree things.
Right. Cool.
There's so many. It's like,
There's a lot.
it's a good site. Like, it really is. We almost did it a couple years ago, and then we just,
Look. Right there.
we did other things. You know, there's just so much to do down here.
So I guess make multiple trips.
Finished at the petroglyph site, and they are so neat. Honestly, like, I was expecting a few, but I wasn't expecting tons of petroglyphs. And so, as far as sites go, I'd say that it is definitely worth the hike to get your butt up here. And honestly, it's pretty easy. It's pretty flat. You are going uphill, but we didn't have to take any breaks. I am not in the best shape, which is stating the obvious, and we didn't have to stop. So as far as like grade goes, it's really easy hike. There were people up here who were hiking with little kids, and so it's really family friendly. And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't done it sooner. It's been really great. So we're gonna hike on back, and we will see you next time.